Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Frozen Frontier.
All
I
right.
didn't realize we were live.
Sit up straight, Greg.
I'm sorry. I didn't know we were live.
We're live now.
One second,
Okay.
I'm pouring my
So I
coffee.
think we're skipping a few days as the party hunkers down and
I think it's like 3 or 4 days of
nervously
healing.
discusses dragon.
You guys are gonna
Yeah.
stay in the same spot, though.
Under the assumption that the kobolds are watching out for the gnolls.
Yeah, is that something I was able to? Can I tell Flugel? Can I ask Flugel to go?
He kind of looks at you and shakes his head and goes, "Pack busy. Pack need hunt. Pack need food. I show you bad.
No, not now.
You should really quit giving meat to strangers and eat it yourself. That way you wouldn't have to be so busy all the time.
Well, I don't know if we can stay still, guys. The gnolls are probably tracking us.
Look, if we're not gonna head south, let's at least head back to Treasure Town early, right? No sense freezing our asses off here in the woods.
Yeah, but we'll be walking right through gnoll territory.
Whole territory.
Yeah.
Amongst the kobolds, I am known as Grimes the Giant Slayer. This is my territory.
Well, the point is, though, we're not well equipped to fight them right now.
Grimes, you are the least
I've got it,
impressive god I have ever run into.
Maybe we should walk to the Lighthouse Peninsula and then head back down the coast the way we did last time. Might be safer.
Sure, if you say so. What about
What do you-
Saltport?
Yeah, but we need to get to Treasure Town. That's where we're getting picked up, so we could follow the woods to the edge of the coast, go past Muscle Cove, and then head south down the coast to Treasure Town. It's more demanding on the weather front, but safer from enemies. What do you say, Faris?
Sorry, say that again. You wanted to go...
Well, do we head back south the way we came to Treasure Town, or maybe go north and then go to the coast and then head south down the coast to Treasure Town?
We did that last... I don't like the idea, because there's no trees if we take that route.
Yeah.
We should go south, past the tower. I don't think the gnolls are going to be hunting us down anytime soon. They're probably going to be busy licking their wounds.
Okay.
We don't want to stop over in Saltport.
To what end?
We don't have time.
Stay a night in a brothel instead of in the woods. I hear there's a wench there that really wails.
We do have some magic items now. I could beat it to death with a shield.
Do you see why I say he's the most disposable of us?
I don't think we've got time. Grimes.
We got 2 weeks. What are you busy with?
We have to travel back.
Well, then
We're
let's
already
go.
going to spend a couple of days waiting and healing. That's going to lower the amount of time we have before Zaz comes back.
I don't think we can do that. Wait. I don't think we can wait here.
Then why aren't we packed up? It's
Yeah, all right, let's
well
pack up.
afternoon in this and we're just sitting around roasting weenies by the fire.
Maybe we should go to Saltport. Do you think we've got any way of signaling Zaz's
What do we
ship?
have to gain from Saltport?
Killing the ghost?
How do we kill the ghost?
I beat it to death with a shield.
Isn't he such a noble knight?
Last time I attempted to attack the ghost, when my arm came into contact with it, it burned me. Your shield is probably not the best tool to use against that ghost.
But it's magic, right? It'll work. That's how
Sure,
these
but if the
things
shield
work.
were to go through, you would have burned yourself. Even if it damaged the ghost, you would likely injure yourself in the process.
Mate, I don't know if that's how it works, Faris.
I
feel
know
like-
that's how it works.
don't know
I
if
did
that's
it.
how Yeah, but you didn't have a magic shield.
I had a magic skull.
Huh, that's true, actually. I suppose you did. Look, I think let's head direct east. Let's get to the edge of the forest and then decide from there. Right? At least then we know where we are.
Are we breaking camp?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, we can probably only get a half.
It'll
day
give us
of
a time to
today,
gauge how
but-
quickly we're moving anyways. Again,
Yeah.
I still think we should go back. We always need to account for blizzards that might cause us to hunker down for a few days. We can't afford to lose too much time.
Yeah.
More reason to wait for 2 weeks in civilization with a roof over our heads. Well, not quite civilization. But
But the boat, Grimes. What will we do?
It's not worth going to Saltport to be trapped down here for the rest of our days.
Fine. Tinseltown, right?
Tinseltown.
Empty town. Worthless town.
Flavor Town.
Bankrupt town?
Treasure Town? Treasure Town.
No.
All right. So who's gonna roll for distance? I guess we're moving today, Neal.
Alrighty then.
We're doing it's probably divided by 2, right? And then whatever encumbrance we got.
Sure. Today is a light day.
Does Flugel follow us, or does he stay behind?
Light is D8 plus 6, right?
Correct. Flugel is going to stay behind.
Okay. What are we at encumbrance-wise pulling the sled?
Okay. How is the weight on the sled
The
still?
current weight on the sled is 111 effective pounds, and William's current other weight is, according to last stream, was 106.5. So he's at 217.
Yeah.
Which makes him in 1/3 move.
Okay, I'll help, and then we can go. I think we were helping to get light encumbrance.
I think we can help to get to half.
Yeah.
Move.
What can we move at?
So
I can go up to 85 pounds while keeping 3/4 move.
Yeah, I think we
Which
can
would
get to
be-
3. We can get to 3/4, no problem. Because I'm
Yeah,
only
so I can add another 40 pounds. Of
I'm only
pulling.
18 pounds off it. So
same. Yeah, I can add another.
Yeah, so we can definitely do it.
All right, you
40,
guys sled
46
dog
pounds.
yourself.
hang on.
Encumbrance.
We might be able to get to.
Oh wait, we have.
the
Oh yeah,
base.
sled dogs are dead.
We might be able to get to
No,
the base.
I'm encumbered on my own. I'm at base or first level encumbrance.
How much
Oh my
can you
God.
add while staying in light?
40 or so.
Yeah, so definitely because we.
But
can both
40
add
can get
quite-
us to half, right? William's
No,
at 1/3 right now.
I can add 40 myself, so
No,
we
I'm
can
out.
definitely go to light.
I'm at half right now.
We can go to 2/3
Okay.
move if you
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah.
2/3. Yeah.
Which is
2/3.
You guys
3/4 because
pack
we
40 pounds of food on your backs each.
and it's 3/4.
Okay. 3/4. Yeah.
9.75 miles on the first day.
Divided by 2 because we set off at noon, right?
Sure.
Oh, so half that.
So 5.
9.75 divided by 2.
Which way are you guys
Oh.
headed?
That doesn't work.
It's dead east. We're trying to get to the edge of the forest before making a decision.
So 9.7.
Let's just say 5,
No.
I guess.
Yeah, let's just round to 5. All right. I found a new way that I don't need you to measure for me anymore. It's amazing.
Ah.
It's beautiful. I will guarantee you 5 miles of movement.
Is
How?
it like a grid or something?
No, I just
Set the location.
drag and hit the space bar, and then it just tells me how many miles, and then I just let go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
it's an old way. Here, click your token, pick it, click and hold, hit the space bar, and then drag your token, and it'll show you the distance that you were being dragged to
You can even set waypoints. I don't remember how
by
to do it.
tapping space again.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Cool.
so that way you can just, it's all good. So that is that day. And I actually need to bust open our encounter. Oh my god, where are you going? Stop moving!
What is this?
Oops, I deleted myself.
Thank god.
Grimes dies in the game.
All right. I could probably drag one over from my character sheet.
Nick, don't forget to update your HP from healing.
Oh, yeah. Another point?
Yeah, from last night. Also, it might be
Alright.
different from your character sheet to Roll20, because I update my character sheet first.
Yeah, me too. I mean, at this point, I've recovered 3 points since the fight.
That day is eventless. And you move on to the next, which is also a light day.
Cool, so we get another D8 plus 6.
Another point.
8.25 today.
Okay, so that's going to get us
Oh.
to the edge.
Fucking god. Alright,
Not a,
good, I stopped
not
him.
not a snow chimera.
8 you know what? Why don't I stop moving you, and why don't you just move yourself 8.25 miles wherever you want to go using this click and click and spacebar technique.
Ferris get to the
suggests
edge of
heading
the
south. Yeah, Ferris says we should go south, but it's up to you.
All right, I think we should head south. Is everyone in agreement then? Do we go south? Majority? Faris is one vote. Yeah, all right.
And Ferris, can I get a perception check from you while you're doing this?
Yes. 20.
Wonderful.
Barely a fail.
At some point during this day,
Is this... Who takes points? Is it Ferris or Grimes?
I was just having you take point today for no particular
Okay, sure.
reason.
I think we have
It's
the
the
same roll
same
anyways.
perception.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop moving, Marshall.
How the fuck
I
does it
think
work?
you have a silly
Explain how
leather
it works
hat.
again. Neal,
All
sorry.
right. So you click your token like you're gonna drag it somewhere, and then you just hit the space bar once,
Yeah.
and then
You
it should
drag
give
it
you.
first before hitting space.
Yeah, so like click and start dragging your token, and then hit the space bar, and it'll show you a path.
Ah, okay, I see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool.
So you come across. Fucking, I'm gonna just kill your token.
Lightning bolt, Forrest.
No! Fine, I can make another one of me.
Ferris, you find yourself coming across some kobold tracks. Old, fairly fresh tracks, maybe a couple hours old.
Grimes, I could use your interpretation here.
I guess I'll walk over.
Could you ask our friend back there if this is from his pack?
He's gone. He's not following you.
Flugel's
Oh, he's
long
not following
gone.
us? Oh, I thought he was still with us.
Yeah.
No.
I hope we're known to his entire tribe and not just to our one friend. I'd rather not have a violent run-in with kobolds.
Afraid of a few kobolds.
No, but I'd rather not kill those that we're allying with.
I figure it's only a matter of time before you eat them too.
I mean, more rations are all well and good, but sometimes allies beat out food.
Glad to hear you feel that way.
Ferris just kind of gives you like a toothy grin at that bit. You see like these sharp, jagged teeth.
Does Ferris file his teeth down, or do you just happen to have really
His
sharp
canines are pretty sharp. You're not sure if he files them, but they are pretty sharp.
Are you guys gonna follow these tracks or do anything with them, or are you just gonna move on?
I think we're just gonna move on. I don't want to, because we might be allied with them. We're not really sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. The next day is a blizzard, and you guys must hunker down the whole day.
This is why.
All right, so we get full healing for today then.
Sure. You
Yeah.
get 2 HP today.
Oh yeah. So let me mark up.
During
so that-
our blizzard here today, I would like to check in with Yaromir. Yaromir, how do you feel about all this kobold nonsense, trying to get you to kill a dragon and leading you around and offering you meat? What's your take on this? What's going on here?
If I've learned anything, it's that fanatics are useful. And I would rather have people worship me than worship something else. So, I don't know. It seems like our paths are entwined with this dragon at the moment. So, if killing it's going to get me free worshipers, then that seems like a good thing.
All right. So be it. Let's move on to the next day. It is now the 12th. And are you guys carrying your own firewood with you, or are you chopping down firewood?
Chopping it down, that's why I was sticking to the forest.
That's what I thought. Cool.
Do we have any stockpiled before the blizzard hits us, or
I think we have some stock.
right? How much weight is on the sled? Is that
Zero.
Oh, none? Okay. I mean, it's like we're literally in the middle of a forest, right? Stepping 5 feet out of the tent with a rope is probably not an issue.
Yeah, we should have probably role-played that out like we did the first time, but we'll gloss over it this time around.
I mean, we have actual rope with us this time, though, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's even less of an issue.
Sure. So then, let's just do this right now then. As you come out of the blizzard, shivering, shaking, you got some firewood, but not a lot. And as you go to like cut down some firewood to place it on your sled to make sure that you're not going to get caught in blizzard again, because the next day isn't blizzard conditions, it's just like heavy winds. Who's your resident firewood chopper?
That'll be me.
All right, Kel William Marshall, you go to start chopping down something. And
in the
your
blizzard,
axe-
or is this?
No, this is the next day. Yeah.
And a voice says,
After it's
"What the
broken.
hell are you doing to me?"
No, but you swing your axe into this tree, and it kind of thuds a little harder than you were expecting. As you continue to chop into this, you realize that this tree, unlike the other ones you found, is not dried out. This is a regular tree out in the middle of this wasteland.
So I go and like look at the trees next to it. Are they regular as well? Can I tell without chopping it, or do I have to give it a chop?
I mean, it's fucking trees and trees and trees. You're not a druid. What do you know about
Well,
trees?
Sure, but if I can identify that this one,
I mean, that's only
isn't-
after you've like hacked into it and that you see it's like leaking sap and that the wood is wet inside.
yeah, so I'll go in just the one next to it.
Alright.
Start chopping that down, see if that's the same.
Yeah, it's the same fucking thing, man.
All right, I drop the axe or carry the axe back to the tent. Go, guys, come out and look at this.
I walk over to the trees.
Yaramir, stop looking at yourself. Come on, I'm going to show you something. Put the mirror
Well, I
down.
have 3 on my back. It's the same thing.
Look, this, I touched where I've been axing it and then show them the sap and say, this tree, it's not dead. This one too. Maybe there's something going on here. And I like start kicking the snow away. Get to the ground or something maybe.
Are they alive?
They're leaking sap like no other tree you've cut into has.
When you say leaking sap, do they look like they're bleeding profusely or just like
It
a
looks
normal
like
tree?
a regular tree leaking
Okay.
sap.
You were saying
they all
leaking
like-
sap, and I was a little concerned for a second.
Are they all like this? What have we been burning?
No, you've been burning trees that are like cured
They're
already.
dead.
Like you chop it down and then
It's
or
dead.
whatever, it's dead and it's dried and it's ready to go.
William, try walking. Let's go 10 more minutes
can
and
we
see if the
find-
trees
so
further
I've-
down are the same
Yeah.
way.
I've got a small stone hatchet. I'll pull out and start investigating
Sure.
trees.
You guys pack up your shit and head south for 10 minutes. It's a moderate day, so you're not making a ton of progress.
Mm-hmm.
But you get down there and start hacking into another tree in this area.
Just sort of sampling as we go.
Yeah. And
Are they
so if you're
all
doing like
left here?
general sampling, you're getting a mix. Some of them are, let's call them fresh, and some of them are old.
Are they the same varieties as far
They
as
are
we
the
can
same
tell?
species of tree. These
Are the as we go further away, does the mixture become more dry and less fresh, or is it pretty consistent?
I mean, what sort of sample size are you trying to get here?
Well, I think once we identify that there's a mix, I think maybe.
I mean,
like,
I think we're just like occasionally taking one chop into trees as we walk down for 10 minutes.
You know, it's hard to say with certain accuracy unless you start pulling out spreadsheets and mapping out densities of trees and what type of blah, blah, blah. But generally speaking, broadly speaking, this area is mixed. And it's not
Okay.
clear without more data, exactly how mixed it is.
Well,
Yaramir,
either-
can you see if there's any magic around here?
Not today. Tomorrow, probably.
What were you going to say, Faris?
could you cut down the dead ones? I'm loath to cut down perfectly good living trees if we can just kill the dead ones.
Fair enough. Maybe we should rest a day here, and Yaramir can do some investigations tomorrow.
Fine by me. We do have a little bit of extra time.
I feel like the gnolls aren't going to find us in one day. All right, go back, set the tents up. I'll cut down some dead trees.
You guys make up camp and rest today. You can gain
2
HP today. Yeah, we'll just consider it a full day of rest, even though there was like a half hour of exercise.
Nice.
I mean, it was like a 10-minute walk. I don't think
Yeah.
we got too crazy with it.
Great. You wake up the next morning. I guess Yaramir, during your watch that night, the winds whip up into another blizzard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guess we're stuck here for another day.
Thank God William chopped down a bunch of wood. Because this is not a short blizzard. This one is going to drag on. So Grimes, how are you feeling about this kobold nonsense?
Try not to get too attached to our little kobold buddies.
Bad memories?
How long before Ferris turns on them?
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. That's the first day of the blizzard. The second day of the blizzard, Yaramir, are you using this time to do anything in particular with your magic? Because you've got spells and shit you could learn.
So that's another 2 HP, right? So
I'm in the tent. I can't learn spells here.
Okay. Ferris, what about you? How these kobolds seem friendly, and they're offering you meat.
Ferris has a distaste for the subservient. He doesn't really like people that follow others unquestioningly. And I think he has a little bit of disdain for these kobolds.
Okay.
I don't know. Also, he has a thing with dogs. He's not a big fan of dog related species.
God, you must hate this entire continent then.
Right? It's just your world. You make everything part dog.
All right, day 3 of the blizzard rolls around. William, you're slowly gaining HP back. Your party's badly wounded. There's rumored to be a dragon around here.
16.
And there's a supposedly magic-wielding giant gnolls that hunt kobolds for sport. What the fuck is happening?
Well,
Where
I'll
are
tell you
you?
what. Some interesting observation is that we set out here with the plan to kill the kobolds to befriend the gnolls, and now we've ended up killing the gnolls to befriend the kobolds. So the irony of that isn't lost on me. But the dragon seems like bad news, but actually, the more you think about it, we could spend forever scouring this entire area looking for treasure. But what better creature is there for hoarding treasure than a dragon? So, I mean, really, if we can kill the dragon, we've probably found all of the treasure in the surrounding area.
So the dragon's good news for William.
In a way, yeah, it's a convenient one-stop shop for all your magic items.
All right.
So we did it out of character in the break, but do we want to have some in-character exchange of
Yeah.
I think Ferris has been
dragon
looking.
tales?
Oh, okay.
Go for it.
Like what do we know? Right? They wreak havoc on the land around them, right? I've heard that the what are they? Is there a word for it? Like the not its lair is just its like cave, right?
It's range.
But its range, yeah, a swath of destruction.
Anytime you're dealing
miles,
with creatures
right?
anytime you deal with creatures of that size, finding them in a fair fight is suicide. We're going to need to get the jump on it.
So, Neal, has there been any dragons in Drakus?
Well,
I know.
does anyone have the folklore proficiency?
Oh no.
Yaramir does.
Yeah, I do actually.
Give me a folklore proficiency
tell us,
check,
Yarrow.
Yaramir, and I'll tell you what you know about dragons.
Tell us a campfire story as we wait out this blizzard.
Did you delete my token? It looks like you did.
I might have.
That's okay. I have a new one now.
They're everywhere.
Where's
Did
folklore?
you
Oh
learn
god, they're
mirror-
multiplying.
Did you learn mirror image?
Oh god.
Nice.
Ooh, 28. That's quite good, actually. So, yeah,
Tell
what
us,
Grimes,
Yaramir, about dragon fear.
what Grimes is saying is fairly true. Dragons have a pretty big territory that they keep to themselves. They're usually not not grouped creatures unless it's like a parent with young, and the young only stick around for the first 50 years or so, 20 to 50 years. Is there anything else that you wanted to know?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No. I mean, what are you guys asking me about dragons?
Yeah, like, what do you know about dragons in Drakus? Like, does the crown have any?
So
Experience
he's
fighting
from
dragons.
Matava, and they have a dragon in Matava, a single dragon, whose name is... I'm looking it up right now.
I don't remember, but he's wingless and
Zorthus.
he falls along the ground, and
Yeah, it's a green dragon over
I didn't
there in
get to see him.
Zorthus.
I was sad.
Quite an old ancient dragon who just kind of wrecks shit over in the overgrowth in Matava. Real nasty creature, works with giants, sometimes attacks giants. Kind of protects Matava in a way from warring people coming in through an overland route.
Are there any dragons in Drakus?
Yeah, you guys would know that there are a few... There's one dragon, two dragons... Let me look up my dragon information.
Is this before the events of Hardcore Heroes?
Currently, you guys are in tandem with Hardcore Heroes.
Oh, okay.
Why?
It's the year
it's just
1510
A few
right
more
now.
dragons might have been revealed to the world.
Let's take a look. Where do you guys live? It's Paradise Island. New. No. Actually, I don't think there are any dragons in Drakus. I think Drakus
That's what I
is
thought.
dragon-free.
There's one secret red dragon in Shenanigans Town in Desu, but I don't think there's any canon dragons.
Oh, I take it back. There is a silver dragon that lives in Drakus. It's a
See,
young
no.
silver dragon.
Does it breed frost?
The silver one?
I don't know.
It breathes. Jaromir
Mercury.
would know that it breathes a cold and paralyzing breath weapons. It has 2.
So it's safe to assume that sleet probably breathes ice as well.
Because he said it was
Sleet is
silver,
not-
not white.
See, that was a
white.
stupid kobold, though.
He said it was silver, though. He did say it was silver, right?
Yeah, but the Knoll said something like white.
What
Yeah.
sort of silver dragon would work with gnolls?
Silver dragons
except-
are good if we're going by the book.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point. We'd probably know that, right? Shiny dragons are good. Matte colors.
I mean, that's pretty. That's a
Is
pretty
the
basic
silver dragon in
category, I feel
Drekis friendly?
Friendly is
keeps
not the
itself.
right word. It is not
like. It's not a
automatically
shitter, though.
hostile to
Yeah.
everyone around, but it's a young one, and it lives in a swamp, which is a very unusual place for a silver dragon to live, and it just kind of chills and does its own thing. People generally avoid it, though.
Are there any tales I know that speak to the downfall of dragons? Like, is there any information that exists in folklore and fairy tale that might speak of how to take one down?
I mean, there's.
No, most of the stories are just like run away from dragons. They're gonna murder you. Big flying
Yeah.
winged lizards.
I mean, there
breath weapons.
aren't there stories of heroes slaying dragons? Isn't that
Oh,
a thing?
totally. Yeah, those are great
Des-
stories.
Didn't Desmond the Dashing in Berkshire take down a?
He took
Black
down
dragon?
the black dragon in the swamp that the silver dragon replaced. But like, those are the exceptions to the rules. That's when you hear like stories about SEAL Team 6 busting in to like compounds in Pakistan and like assassinating Osama bin Laden, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, that's pretty
and-
great.
and
but
William
like
over
generally,
here-
people just get murdered by people like that.
And William over here fancies himself.
I'm a true hero, so
Yeah.
if anyone
All
can do
right.
it.
Well, if you guys think you're the equivalent of SEAL Team 6, then this shouldn't be too big of a deal for you.
I don't know. You were only level 2 at the age of like 80. That's not a good. It's not a
I've
good
been
sign.
on a meteoric rise in the last 6 months, though, I tell you. Learned a lot more.
That's the weird part of playing old characters in D&D.
Yeah. Can we delete all the access Yaramir tokens? It's kind of freaking me out. Kind of reminds
Just
me of
keep
that token
multiplying.
of the guy on Street Fighter, right? With the long neck and the long arms. What's his name?
Oh.
Oro?
So,
Oh no, you're thinking Dalsum.
Yeah, probably.
so how
Indian
many
guy.
days does this blizzard last?
4 days. And on the 5th day, the blizzard rests.
Nice.
It's still moderate outside.
So everyone, I'm up 14 HP since the fight. Does that sound
Oh,
about
we
right
were
for everyone?
gaining
So this is day 4 of the blizzard?
Yes.
The blizzard did last 4 days. It is currently
4
day
days.
5.
Okay.
Yeah, so 8 days.
Oh, this is day 5 of the blizzard.
No, the blizzard's over. I'm speaking nonsense. It is the 17th of January. It is moderate outside. There is no blizzard.
But 14 HP since we fight. Is everyone about
I'm
that?
just trying to keep track of our food.
Since the start, yes, we should have gained 14.
All right. How are we looking for food, Yaramir?
Plenty. Once the dogs died, we got food for days.
Are we eating dog food?
No, the dogs were eating human food.
No wonder they were so overzealous. You guys didn't see, when that dragon, when I was fighting the giant, one of the dogs just jumped out of the window to attack it.
It just jumped. I assumed you
jumped.
threw it to save yourself.
No, I wouldn't do that. I like dogs. It was crazy. That guy we've got up there at the fort's training them something crazy. I have to have a word with him.
He's not going to be too happy with us.
Hey, man, the dog jumped itself out of the window.
What are you gonna
What's
do about
the
it?
weather
right?
like today, Neal? Is it calm?
No, unfortunately not. It is moderate.
Oh, I thought it was naturally. Oh, isn't there like a type of blizzard that automatically blows out to calm?
Some blizzards do, but
Okay, D6 plus 3 for moderate, right?
yeah.
All
You guys
right,
are just
let's
skirting
go.
the forest edge. Oof. All right, so
And we're
3.75.
We're
You guys
following the
moved
forest,
there.
yeah.
Right. I don't trust Nick's movement anymore. I'm going to take over
Yeah.
moving the token again.
You do it, Neil. You do it.
You can't trust Nick to do anything.
Wait. Yaramir needs to test the trees before we leave. Right?
Oh, sure.
Detect,
He
detect
probably could
magic.
have. Yeah, I mean, I assume he did that just like in the morning before we left.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yarmir, you cast Detect Magic?
Yes.
Excellent. These living trees do not really look any different from any other trees, but can I get you to give me an intelligence check at the same time?
Yes, indeed.
Holy shit. Alright, so these trees don't look different. But under very close inspection, when you're examining these trees, you're noticing that there is there's a very slight fluctuation in the fields of magic around these trees. This kind of like, if you're on a hot day, you're looking near the ground, and you see like the heat waves. There's sort of like a slight heat wave to everything around you, and at first you're kind of like, I don't know, it's fucking cold and whatever, the snow miles. Now you're looking at this tree, and this tree has like a slightly different heat wave, and you're getting the impression that rather than everything being non-magical, there's just a slight magical field permeating everything that has been obscuring your otherwise, like, that's been blinding you to other possible magic fields out here.
Okay. Interesting.
Greg's like, yeah, I knew this already, Neal. You're not telling me anything new.
Well, I kind of
in my mind.
Yeah. I think we kind of. I think we've been using that in like every single theory we've made so far.
So what's going on, Yaramir? These magic trees, or the dead ones magic, or?
No, trees themselves are not magic. Is hard to explain. Magic is everywhere on this place. This cursed land has magic like an ocean or a lake all around it.
It surrounds us. It
There
permeates us.
are other bodies of water interchanging at the same time, kind of wrapped up in each other. This is very hard to describe magnetic fields with no understanding of magnets. How
Sure.
do they even work?
But these trees, why are they alive?
Magic is interacting with other magic and keeping them alive.
Is it just here, or maybe we can find the source of the other magic?
There could be. It's everywhere. There's a
But you know how
field of it.
your amulet kept that cave warm. Maybe there's something buried in the snow here that's keeping these trees alive.
Perhaps. With the time, we could investigate this entire forest, but without more knowledge of something like that, it would be a long and arduous task, and it may be fruitless altogether.
All right. Well, I've marked it on the map. We can always come back to it. Let's
Very
keep
good.
going.
All right.
We already
So
rolled
we
for today,
rest.
so we get to here. Yeah, we rest
Yeah.
here.
So 23, assuming nothing happens overnight.
1 more HP.
Correct. Nothing happens over the course of that day.
Cool.
And we move on to the next day, which is actually quite light.
Cool. So that's D8 plus 6. Calm is 2D6.
Yes.
6.75.
Right, and you guys continue to head on down.
So that was just a single copse or whatever the word is of living trees or of moist trees. The rest of the forest is not like that.
Let's say that there was like a half-mile stretch where you were testing trees, and throughout that whole stretch,
What if I test down here? Are there any living
you can
trees down here?
So it looks like if you're checking the entire way, wounding all of these
intermittently,
trees
several times throughout the day, we look around I
Yeah.
look around at least with my little hatchet.
You lose. There are more living trees, but they peter out as the day goes on. So it looks like there's maybe a streak of them along the front here.
So it stands to reason then that there is some center of whatever force is keeping these alive that presumably would be worth finding, right?
Roughly in the same area as the tower.
Maybe, or maybe not. I mean,
We started
Is that-
around.
because it's less down here and more up here. So it's at least...
Okay, so it petered out as the day went on, and we started around here, right? So that means like this whole area-ish has living trees.
Yeah, but it's
And
getting
Yaramir.
like...
peter out along this line.
Yeah, so
Yaramir,
how's-
did that seem like a wizard's tower to you?
I do not know. I do not use towers.
You don't. Where did you
No.
live at home?
How many? It was 10 feet per floor, right, Neal?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Suspicious. Sounds like a wizardy thing to do.
What do we
The
do?
teleport spell interacts very well with that.
Yeah. No, but hear me out here, right? If there's less living trees as we go south, the center of the magic has to be north, right? Unless we crossed
No.
the point. Yeah, right. It has to be because if there's less magic as we go south, that
Right,
means
but
there's
it could
more
have
magic
also
as we go
petered
north.
out to the north. We might have been in the
I
center
don't think
already.
we're accurately plotting out.
Yeah, we have very limited information
Yeah,
here.
we're just sort of sampling willy-nilly.
No, but it cannot be the tower that's the center because there should be more
Probably not.
here than there would be where we were, assuming it's some sort of.
Oh yeah, the tower can't be the center, but the tower could be. It's just in the
Could be
same
the
general
source.
proximity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But I think there's something
Or-
to this.
yeah.
Possible, but we don't really have time to investigate right now.
No, not right
We just
now.
got caught in a long blizzard. We got to get to Empty Town.
But we're coming back here to kill the gnolls, so we can look into it then.
Well, today is a light day, so give me a D8 plus 6 for you.
7.5. I guess we can start going diagonal.
Sure.
Yeah.
You begin heading out along this pathway without really any sign of anything. You haven't seen gnolls, you haven't seen kobolds, you haven't seen caribou, you haven't seen dragons. It's been a few days of just like empty wasteland all around you.
Fine by me.
Are all of the trees here dry?
Yes.
Oh,
I would like to ask how much time you are spending and how carefully you are examining these things. Is this like I'm going to double check, like every day I'm going to like hit
No,
30
it's
trees or...
That sounds like a
casual-
reasonable number, but this is Grimes walking around with a hatchet.
You're faster than us anyway, right? So.
He's helping pull the sled at this point.
I'm 3/4 encumbered as well.
So maybe we hack 5 trees every mile.
Does it take that long? Like I'm thinking, like impatient, like marking up
Sure.
trees as you go, right? Can't you just hack through just a swipe to the bark is enough to reveal whether there's sap inside, right?
Most of the time, yeah. There will be instances where it might not be fully efficient as like a proper examination. You can get 80% of the information with 20% of the work.
Yes. Yeah. That is a oft-cited principle.
Right. Wonderful. We move on to the next day, which is moderate, as the winds pick up and swirl around, slowing your movement.
all right.
This is the
6
19th.
plus 3. 6 plus 3. You make another 6.75, almost as fast.
Right. You make good time in these moderate winds, which kind of push from your back, helping to propel you and making it a little easier to pull the sled. But at the same time, like, you trip every now and then, and it's a pain in the butt. And making camp.
With the winds pushing us at our back, does that give us the knowledge to create propeller technology?
Yes. You can make a fan and put it on the back of your sled and just sail it.
Oh, we should do sails as well. That'd be a good one.
Land ships.
You also know about sails, surely.
You know about sails. The next day is a light day. It is the 20th of January.
You said light?
Light. And despite it being much easier weather today than it was yesterday, it's a lot harder to get anywhere. The
Probably all the
weather
extra
gets
snow from
above-
yesterday.
Yeah, it's that, and like the weather, the temperature gets above freezing, and everything sort of starts to melt, and so it's like slushy as you're going. But that doesn't last very long.
I'll take that. Above freezing is probably really comfortable to us, actually, in terms of temperature.
Yeah. Let's move on to the 21st of January, another light day.
Light. This is marginally better. We got an extra 3/4 of a mile.
Oh god, it's not going so well. Treasure Town is...
So as of today, if you put all your weight back on the sled, William's at 2/3, and you guys can unpack all your shit.
Nice.
Grimes, give me a perception check, please.
That was how many more days right there? I got 3 more
Rich.
HP.
I have stopped marking trees at this point. I think right. They seem to all be dry.
Yeah.
What do I nail with that perception check now that I'm not distracting myself with loud thumping?
Yeah, there is a herd of caribou that you spot out kind of in the open plain, maybe a mile off.
Dinner?
We could try. Do you want to try and take down the same target? 2 shots from us might be enough to fell it.
Why do we need to shoot caribou?
How much food do we have?
We have hundreds of pounds.
Never mind. Let's just move on.
382 pounds.
No reason to thin the herd now. We don't need the food.
Have we seen a herd of caribou before, Neal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I have it in notes.
All right.
Cool.
You guys bed down for camp. Who takes second watch? Is that Grimes?
I think it's me now.
Yeah, we switched, so now it's
Okay.
Ferris.
Okay.
Ferris. During your watch, the winds pick up to something fierce. It sounds like a blizzard, but
Oh no.
you see the weight of the tent start to like sag inward.
Yeah,
And kind of poking your head outside, it is like freezing rain that's hitting you, not snow.
okay. I'm going to wake up everyone but Yaramir.
How many days has it been? What HP are we at?
It's the 22nd.
At least we've got like a thick fur tent, so I don't think it's gonna like break apart. But Ferris like wakes the others up, and he gets them to like help like grab sticks and stuff to like brace the tent a little bit more.
Great. To answer your question, I'm up 20 HP since the fight, but I think I've got one more than you because the day directly after I rested and you climbed. Yeah.
Okay. This doesn't look good. Is the tent starting to get soggy?
No, because as soon as the rain hits something, it turns to ice.
Yeah, I mean it's frozen, right? It's like an ice storm.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's going on? It's just,
So I'm just trying to like
hold?
brace the tent. I'm trying to get like sticks and stuff to like brace the tent because we've got like leftover logs from the fire and stuff. And I just want to brace it a little bit more.
why are you waking us all up, Forrest? What's going on?
Well, it's the first time we've ever been in an ice storm.
You think it's another one of those weird wolves?
Maybe, I don't know. It's unusual weather, but it could just be as natural as it gets on this continent.
Look, I've only been
Either way-
asleep for like an hour. I'm going back to sleep.
Fuck's sake. Fine. Ferris goes back to bracing the tent on his own.
Grimes is nervous. I would like to assure myself at least before going back to bed. Does it seem like the tent will hold, Neal? Or
That's-
are we?
How are you
or
gonna
am I
decide? How would you
concerned?
decide? What
I don't know.
would you?
A successful gauge check.
Sure,
I don't know.
that'll work. Give me a gauge check.
Okay. I think my gauge was 16. That's what I said. 16. Pass.
So far, it's gonna hold, but it depends on how much weight it gains over the course of the night. It's the sort of thing that if there's like 60 pounds of ice on this thing, it's probably gonna fall apart.
Or will it just freeze solid?
I mean, it'll freeze solid. Well, that could form like an igloo.
Like, could Ferris brace it in such a way that it just like get a little frozen?
It's possible, yeah.
Shelter
I mean, I
here?
could also like hit the top of the tent, right, and knock some of the accumulated ice off as long as I don't wait too long.
Yeah, and as long as you don't accidentally cut through the
So
tent.
I think it's a restless night.
Oh no, I'm hitting it with like a
We stay up
bare arm or something,
periodically.
right?
Sure.
And yeah, I mean, my watch is coming up next, so we'll
Yeah.
do what we
You guys
can.
have
Keep
like
an eye on the
a
tent.
fire inside to keep yourself warm during this ice storm because conditions are getting pretty rough here. It is 5 heat points per hour in an ice storm. You have a fire
fur tent.
going, which you have a fur tent and a fire, which actually cancels it out, so it's fine. You're not losing any heat inside here.
But we aren't gaining it either.
Right.
No.
You're
I think we are at full. I hope already.
no, it would have been
No,
halfway
we're gonna
through
be
the
down
night.
a little bit.
So it was
Today
a
was
light
light,
day
which was not bad. So like 8
for-
hours of loss for 2 each would be minus 16. We've probably gotten a few hours back, so maybe like minus 12.
I think
Yeah.
the takeaway from this is though that when the ice storm breaks, we're probably going to have to spend a bit of time warming back up to
Yeah.
max.
So let's
before
say
we-
everyone's at minus 12 of their cold points.
And imagine if we didn't have this super awesome tent.
Right?
Yeah.
You pushed hard for the fur tent too. You
I
were,
did.
And
You saw into the future. You saved
I
the
didn't-
party.
I didn't even realize we had upgraded.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Straight luxury here.
All right, this is going to become very important. How much firewood do you have? Because if you don't have enough, you could freeze to death.
Well, I should roll some dice to see how much I cut before.
All right,
So how much warmth are we down going into this?
12.
12? Is that okay?
So why don't you give me a? We'll give you the equivalent of 3 checks of as if you were collecting firewood in a blizzard because you weren't collecting it in a blizzard. You're just collecting it whenever. So
Yeah.
give me 3 strength checks, and I'll tell you how much wood you've got.
In the past, you've doubled it because I've actually got a fire, like
He's got a
an axe.
proper axe, yeah.
Oh, right. So it should be times 3. Correct. Oh no, you times 2 because you have an axe, not a wood axe. Perfect.
Yeah.
2, 3. So a 21 is going to give you 2 pounds of wood. 25 gives you 5 pounds of wood.
24.
No, yeah. So it should be 1 pound of wood for every point above 20. So 1, 4, and 16 is 21 times
So 42.
2 is 42 pounds of wood.
And it's a pound per hour.
Right. So you can last for 42 hours throughout this ice storm, which is not enough time.
Okay,
Because the
so we're
ice
gonna have to
storm-
send William back out.
Yeah.
Rages.
So I've got to go back out. I've got 14 warmth points. So
I think
how
the
long-
bigger issue is like it's ice, right? I'm a little bit more worried about the ice pelting you and doing damage. So Ferris, like,
I've got armor on. I'll be all right.
right, armor, but like we make sure that you are pretty well covered from head to toe.
Yeah,
And he suggests like
bundle
making
up.
sure your face is pretty bundled. Keep your eyes
have
closed and
a-
your head down.
We don't have a fur cloak with us, do we? Or are you
I don't
wearing
think so.
one?
I have a scarf.
Are you already? What is your? Next
Yeah, I've
slot?
got my clothes, and then I've got a heavy cloak and a leather jacket
Okay.
and some leather boots.
We don't have fur.
Ferris
cloaks
gives you the
on
veil
cart,
from
do we?
his
You could
from his
have
leather.
a big heavy robe if you wanted.
Ferris gives you the veil from his
I'm not
magically
losing
protected leather armor.
Warm points.
Yeah,
I think at the fort we have some fur cloaks, which would actually be totally.
Yeah, like he's got
We, like, line
he's got
cart.
mail armor on. I'm not worried about him getting pelted in the torso. I'm worried about him like losing an eye to this. So
But
I give him
we
the
could've-
the veil for my leather armor.
Your leather armor is no longer magical if you remove the veil. You need every piece of it together to get the magical bonus. I mean,
William, wear my armor.
you can put it back on and you'll get the magic back, but while the veil is off,
Right. Okay. That's fair. So I tell him to wear my armor because it's actually good for like securing his face and making sure he doesn't lose an eye.
All
Do
right,
you wear
William.
the fancy veil, William?
Can't you just give me the veil bit?
It won't work. It has to be in a whole set. You have to wear every. If the crotch guard is not there, you don't get the proper protection.
Fine. Fine. Quickly.
You dress
help me
up
with
in
my
the
chain veil.
ugliest
It takes, like-
armor possible. It's hideous beyond belief.
Yeah.
It suits you, William.
Thank
Is
you.
this an AC buff or?
No. but
It's
a
the
warmth
same as
one.
mail armor. It's AC 15.
Oh, okay.
But it's leather on every point, right? So this is giving
Yeah.
me an extra
It's extra warmth as well.
3 warmth.
So it'll
Yeah.
brace him a little bit.
So it's
All right.
17 warmth now.
So, William, you're gonna head out into the ice storm to chop some wood.
Yeah.
Can we? Well, at least I'll put a tiny bit of twine to his belt loop or something. 200 feet.
Yeah, we
I
gave him
assume
some
you need more
rope,
than that.
All right.
So he can get wood within 200 feet of the tent.
Sure.
Tug 3 times if you need me to
Pull me.
come fetch your body or something.
All right.
Do you have a survival proficiency, William?
No.
Okay. Wonderful. Head out into the woods. You leave the tent into the blistering cold. Your
Yeah.
beard, within moments, has icicles dangling from it.
So how much warmth am I losing here?
You're losing 5 per hour.
Okay. So I can stay 3 hours out here, technically.
Before you start freezing to death. Yeah, you are very
Yeah.
bundled, so you're protected against these elements.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me strength checks.
All right.
That
So
is
is that-
4 pounds of wood in the first hour.
Are we out of wood now? Is this happening when we're like
this is
this
hour
We're probably
42.
low, I think, is when like we wouldn't wait until we're literally no longer have a fire.
You had
We go when we're getting
42
low.
hours worth of firewood. I think around 36. That's like a day and a half
Yeah.
into the storm is when you run out
Okay, so I'm gonna.
or go out.
So that's 5 warmth points down, right?
That's 5 warmth points down for 4 pounds of firewood.
So I'm down to 12. I'm gonna go again.
All right.
So I just want to make the point. I did buy a wood axe.
Wait, so he rolled.
That would have
Oh,
been.
okay.
Do you have it on the party right now?
No, you guys didn't requisition it.
That would have given you advantage on these rolls. Oh well.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like I have,
I mean, we already have the
Oh.
bone because we have a steel axe as well.
Okay. Well, the
but
blizzard.
I have a specific wood axe for this purpose.
With a
I've
check
got
of
one
a
steel
20,
battle axe.
not only do you not actually get anything anywhere this hour, you are actually the blizzard gets to make an attack against you to steal warmth points. So what is your warmth right now?
12. Well, depending on how far into the hour it is, it would be
let's
anywhere
top
between
it
12.
out. We start at the top of the hour. Yeah. All right. It misses. So you have to like battle ice, and you start like trying to chop down this tree, but it's not really working, and it's too much ice on it, and you're getting bogged down. You have to spend like 15 minutes breaking the ice off of you, and then you lose your axe. You like gotta find your axe in the fucking weather. It's a nightmare of an hour. We're entering the third hour here.
It's my last roll before I've got to go back, and then somebody else is going to have to go.
I'll do it.
Am I getting twice these numbers because I've got an axe? So did I get £4 for the first?
You got 4
one?
pounds.
Yes, £4 for the first hour. Whoa, there you go. That is 28 pounds of firewood. And at this point,
in a tree.
yeah, at this point, like there's snow and ice inside your shirt pushing against your body, and you fall back to the tent after chopping up the firewood into campfire-sized pieces that'll fit in everything.
Yeah.
And you step on back in.
But now we're not gaining any heat in here, so I'm stuck at 2 warmth.
Yeah, despite the fire going, burning nice and warm in the middle, the weight of the ice and the freezing temperatures outside just like keeps the temperature in here uncomfortably cold.
If we had a spare set of clothes, though, we could probably swap. Could we do that? We could swap him for fresh gear. And
I put my own armor back on, actually.
You can put your own stuff back on, but you're still freezing. Your core temperature has dropped, so you're gonna need. You could add more firewood to the fire.
It's been a day of ice storm, right? Mm-hmm. So could I have memorized different spells
Yes.
after 1 day of ice storm?
Yes.
Would you like Yaromir's burning touch? I'll warm you right up, I promise.
I'm alright for now, but if it gets any worse, then yeah.
While you do that, tie the time to me, Grimes. I'm going to go get some more. Make sure we have a buffer window.
Here, take
Offer
the
stands for you too.
I do have survival, Neal. What does that mean exactly?
It gives you advantage on your strength rolls to
cool. So
chop trees.
2d20, drop 1.
Right. Also, if you're burning 1 pound of firewood and 1 to 2 pounds of firewood an hour, you get 1 warmth point. But if you want to make a bigger fire and burn more wood, you can get more warmth back.
That might be worth doing, actually, if we can gain warmth.
Right.
Because William's low, and if we can get him.
I would say that we should burn the minimum amount of firewood possible for the
That's fine.
possibility
Either way, I'm
the
gonna.
ice storm lasts for like a week, right?
Yeah. So either way, I'm gonna go. Well, the idea is that if we burn more wood, then William can get more warmth, and then we can go back out
I
and
can just
get more
touch
wood.
him and he can get more warmth.
That's true. Yeah. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna go out, use my survival skill, and try and chop down some wood here.
Okay.
I've got 18 warmth with my armor on, I believe, or 16, so I can do up to 3, but I'm probably just gonna do 1 or 2. First roll is 27.
All right, that is
you had that
14
14.
pounds.
Yep, and then I'll do 2 hours, I guess, and then go back in. Second one is 32.
All right.
Nice. It's another
Which
2
is
days.
24.
That's another 24 pounds. So plus 24, plus 14. So that's 70 pounds of firewood.
That should last us.
And you guys were at 36. So you have another 76 hours. So you can last another 3 days, which will take you all the way through the ice storm.
Excellent.
Good work, boys.
So the ice storm lasted 4 days.
No, it lasts 3 days.
And then
So-
of one of those days, I only get 1 HP, but for the other 2, I get 2.
Right.
Okay.
So 72 hours, the ice storm blows itself out. And we return to just regular light weather out there. Just
So we had 76 hours of firewood. How much extra did we have?
We weren't really carrying that much extra.
You started with
No. We cut 76 hours, and the ice storm lasted how many hours?
3 days.
3 days. Oh, right. How much extra we have, right? So 3 days
lasted
still, but we went through
72.
a day, didn't we?
It doesn't. We're not going to carry it with us, though. Well, I mean, I
Yes,
suppose
we are. I'm
Might as
forcing
well.
you to carry it
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
It is on the tent.
Either way, it doesn't matter
Honestly.
because we dropped enough weight that if I just start helping him again, we can carry it and still be a 2/3 move.
it's all right for you to say, Yaramir. You're not the one carrying the bloody thing.
You have 1/10 of a pound more than 2/3. Deal with it. I will carry a log.
You better have.
All right. What was I gonna? Oh yeah. How much health have you gained back, Nick, since the fight? I want to make sure I'm right.
25.
25 is correct. No, I missed a day. All right, I'm at 33 then.
Okay.
Cool.
So it is the 25th of January. It is a light day. Treasure Town is within your reach. Give us a distance roll.
Let's get here today, because this is when we're expecting Zaz.
Yeah. I mean, we do have a couple of buffer days, but this is why I didn't want to like fuck around and go to other places because
Yeah.
Frozen Frontier. This can do it to you. It's light?
Light.
Oh, I thought blizzards could blow out into calm days or something.
There's some variety into it.
9.75.
Oh, perfect. You guys make it all the way to Treasure Town and to that nice underground warm tavern that the Knolls had before with the crossbow traps on it and everything.
And we find the Knolls there and we murder all of them, and all the shamans just line up and beg for death by the end of it, and all of our problems are solved.
And then you wake up and realize it was just a dream, and you're just
still in the
inside.
ice.
And we're still in the ice storm. It was a fever dream.
All right. I think we're going to take our second break here now that you guys have made it to some sort of civilization. And when we come back, we will await Zaz. So
Great.
see you guys on the other side of the break.